Okay, folks. Sorry about this. This is the haven't been able to get online much lately. Um, Hopefully, I don't know if I can do anything else. Okay, I'm not sure. Hey, Grace. Hey, Jeff. I've got some news. Two bits of news, but news. Hey, Cliff. I'm here. If you give me a second here, let me do this. Um, I'm not trying to do. Dang it! I'm trying to figure out something here. Um, what? If I could, love, looks like my wife is going to let me do some extra stuff here. So give me a moment here. I might be on a different platform. Um, I want to do StreamYard. That's where I'm at. No, you don't have to. Straight to the website. Okay, so bear with me, folks. I'm gonna see if I can do this. Only thing is, I've got to. I don't know because I've been having trouble with connecting to devices and the lag. Only thing issue, hon. Unless you let me use your Wi-Fi for this. Okay. So I'm gonna try something, folks. I'm gonna be right back. Please bear with me. Uh, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Um, oh, I can do that. I got to plug in right here. There you go. Okay. No, I'm. Hold on, folks. Bear with me. This is where we can sign off. I'm still here, folks. Check my email. Okay. How are you turning the volume up on this thing, hon? This side?
No, other side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Okay, folks, bear with me. This is the first time I've used a tablet for this. My wife is going to be trying to do something for me. I don't know. I'm going to try. Can I? Oh, there we go. Let's do it that way.
Right here. Camera goes up here. And then you can set it on your table.
Or I can put it in my lap, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Also, you turn on the keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
You can type
Okay.
into the keyboard. I don't know if it's charged off.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, I don't really need it anyway. So, okay, folks, I'm here. I don't know how well this is going to work, so bear with me. Hey, Rob, how you doing? Okay, let's see if I could do stuff. Okay. Okay, I don't know if this is going to work, folks. I'm going to try it. It is definitely better than my phone. Hey, Victoria, how you doing? How's South? How you doing? Let's see who else is here. Jeff, I'm back again. Thank you. Jeff says hi, Jenny.
Hello.
Yes, technical difficulties. Hey. If you're wondering about the bandage, I'll explain that in a bit. Hey, Reef, how you doing, brother? Tristan, how you doing, brother? I still have your prize. I just need some information. So, you know the deal. I may even throw some extra stuff in there. I don't know. Glad to hear it. How am I sounding? Am I clear? Am I choppy? I need to know. I need information, folks, and you're the only ones that can give it to me. Does this thing stay up on its own, hon?
Yeah.
How?
Just leave it like that.
No, oh, it's a little. I got. I'll do this.
There you go.
There we go. Oh, good. Glad to hear it. Like I said, my camera is. I guess where's my camera? Cameras are on this side this time, so I'm getting used to it. Did I print that? Yes, I did. So if anybody wants to try to come up, we can try to give it a shot. Don't know promises. I don't know. We're going to figure this out. I don't know. We're going to do good. Now, the news. First and foremost, our vehicle problems is going to be solved tomorrow. 100%. Oh, sorry. I'm on this side now. I'm going to figure this out. I got to do something. I don't know if this is going to work, folks. Bear with me. I am going to flip this thing upside down. There we go. Now I know where the. Oh, give me a second. I am figuring out where to put this everything because this is Jenny's tablet. I'm not used to using an iPad for anything. There we go. There we go. That works. Thank you, Reef. I really appreciate it. Now that I know the camera's on this side, I'm good to go. Hey, Grace. We are tomorrow. We are getting a 2012 Dodge Grand Caravan Flex Fuel V6, correct? Yep. Under 200,000 miles. We're good for that. So we're happy about that. And we don't have to put anything down, which is a big bonus. Hey, Mandy, thank you for coming. Okay, I got to check something on this part here. Bear with me. If you're wondering what the bandage, I'll explain that too. I've been sick, so I've got the stomach flu. But I'm good right now. They gave me some medicine. I just came back from the hospital, literally. I'll try to get this up a little bit more angle here. So here's it. We're tomorrow. I'm off for the next 2 days due to being sick. We're going to get our vehicles tomorrow, so we're not going to have to deal with the issue that was the Envoy. So we got a vehicle that's got lots of better gas mileage. It's flex fuel, and all this other stuff. So yes, I know, Rob, but that was their requirement when we got the loan for the vehicle. And the fact is, they actually had specific requirements before they would even let us look at a vehicle. And they actually went above and beyond, and they did better than 80% of the sticker price.
So they're paying the whole thing.
They paid the whole thing. And so all we got to do is sign on the dotted line, and yeah, it's ours.
If someone pay off the loan,
Hon, they know what we mean. I love you, but they're smart. They know. Hey, Matt, how you doing, brother? It's in really good condition. The only thing is we're going to have to get a what do they call it? An adapter for the plugins for the charge cords, because there's no plugins in the back, but we'll get it worked.
well, like I said, he has battery packs too.
Yeah, so the price covers tax and license and all that other stuff. So it's gonna be awesome. Now, Cliff, if you're here, I'm gonna post this thing one more time. Bear with me. I am trying to use Jenny's tablet, and I don't know if this works or not. So if anybody wants to try to come up, please give it a shot. It may be better than my computer. Oh yeah, you got lucky. You got a good one there, Rob. They wouldn't let them get a 2012. They have 2018.
Ooh, that's even better.
Yeah, don't rub it in, Rob. So this is what's going on. So for the next couple of days, we're going to get the vehicle taken care of. We still have the Envoy. I've got to figure out how to get either without screwing us over, because we got to either get it fixed and use it, or take the big hit to our credit and return it. And that's pretty much the only two options we have. Unless somebody, because it needs major engine work that I can't do. I am not mechanically inclined at all. Give me wood. I can work with wood. I can make stuff with wood. I can't do engines. Let's see if we're. Give me a second here. I'm calling Cliff. See if he's going to answer the phone.
He's still at work.
No, he was in the chat earlier. He was getting really close to running. I was running late, folks, because I actually had.
Yes.
Hi, are you in the chat, or are you just hanging out?
Chilling in I'm taking care of some stuff at the house.
Okay. I was trying to I'm trying a different setup with Jenny's tablet, and I want to see how it works with someone coming up. So I was asking you if once you got stuff taken care of, if you want to try.
Yeah, I see
that. Well, I'm going to ask Jenny on how much we owe on that, Rob. Yeah, when you get a chance, Cliff, let me know, and I'll bring you up. I got to ask Jenny some questions.
Driving me nuts.
I'm sorry.
Does echo from the freaking YouTube and from the chats or the phone call, so it's kind of sounds weird. I'm
sorry. Well, I'm not sure if you heard that we got the minivan.
Nice. You guys, they approved the loan for it?
Yep.
Sweet.
Yep, they approved it this morning. And all we got to do is go sign on the dotted line and pick it up tomorrow. And
you've already signed all the paperwork for the truck you currently have?
We got stuff we got to figure out. But Cornfed just asked me a question about how much do we owe left on it and that kind of thing.
On the truck?
Yeah, because his son's looking for a vehicle.
I think it's like 5,000.
5,000?
Oh no,
It should be less than that.
probably about 4,000.
Well, we'll find out.
I
And
can find out.
yeah, we'll let you know, Rob. Okay, Cliff, I'll catch you online. I'm sorry for bugging you. It's just like
I'm in the chat. I'm like listening, but I'm putting, like, I haven't had a chance to get anything done here because I keep doing stuff in the yard, but then I have to keep going to work. I've had to go to work two times a day for the last 3 days, and it's and I've just spent like 5 hours at work today.
yeah. People
cleaning up and getting prep for tomorrow because I have to go in an hour early tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm going to be completely screwed.
No. Yeah. I just literally got back from the hospital, dude.
Ooh, what happened?
Stomach flu.
Ooh.
Yeah. Not contagious or anything like that. It's just stomach bug. And I'm off. Yeah. It was, I mean, I was wondering why I was getting cold yesterday when we were looking at cars and stuff. We literally just picked this vehicle out yesterday. And
nice.
We got approved today. So we took it for a test drive yesterday, and it's cool. Yes, Rob, it does have engine problems. So, yeah, we're going to try to figure out what we can do with it.
I think we just got a statement.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll give you an update, Rob. Okay, Cliff. I'm sorry for bothering your chore list and stuff that you haven't got a chance to do. By the way, good news update for you. Our tomato plant bloomed.
Nice.
2 blooms.
A couple of flowers.
Yep, got a couple. They actually bloom big ones too. So, yeah. So
just keep it in a warm spot where it gets sunlight, and that thing will take off.
Yep, I even did what you said to do: is tap it or shake it, whatever, to see if it self-pollinates and stuff, like you said. So we haven't done anything else. I moved it back, like you said, and all this other stuff. So.
Yeah, just like I said, just keep it where it's warm, keep it where it gets sunlight, and then when it puts the flowers up, shake it or just like tap the flowers.
I did.
And it'll self-propagate, and then you should be getting tomatoes.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully within a month.
Okay. What's the
account balance?
Yeah. Rob, you don't want this. It's way beyond that. It has engine problems and it costs too much.
Call him mailing address.
I didn't even look at the back. I just looked at the actual. I was looking at the actual price and stuff. But you already know my mailing address, so. Bleh.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
I'll let you get back to the live stream so you're not being distracted by myself and trying to do the live stream at the same time. So I'm still in the chat, so if you got anything, just throw it in the chat. I'll answer.
Okay, I'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right, catch you later.
Yeah, bye. Okay, folks, I just had to take care of that. Now, Rob, I should say, it's way beyond what we thought.
6,000.
Over 6K.
Hey.
And yeah, and we're going to have to put at least $1,600 into it just to get it running properly. You guys got to see this. I don't know how well this is going to work. I'm moving my camera over this way. Mac decided to take up residence on Jenny's lap while she's knitting. He took over her knitting. He walked off with her yard ball several times.
Mine.
No, it's not yours. It's his, apparently.
Dude, I need more yarn.
No, we took it to CarX a couple weeks ago when we got the brakes done, and they did diagnostic on it, and they said it was a lot of ignition problems and needed a tune-up, needed a couple other things. But I'm sure if I knew what I was doing, I could do a lot of the work myself. But I don't have the equipment to do it myself, and I don't have the knowledge to do it myself. So that leaves me out in the cold. But I'm going to try to get things worked on as I can afford to. So we have another vehicle we're going to be using. We're just not sure what to do about this one. Oh, what are you knitting? Cecilia wants to know.
The blanket. So crocheting. I'm crocheting a blanket.
She's crocheting a blanket. Okay, hon, you said you're like, get the toilet paper out of the way.
We got to blow it out somehow.
Okay, well, sure. Sorry about the light. This is about what we got right now. It's purple and blue.
Yeah.
Purple and blue. Well, Rob, we can get together and we can discuss it. I can actually have you come down here and I can show you what it's doing. It's as loud as hell right now. I'm sorry to say.
Definitely tell when you came home.
Yeah, it's not quiet. That's for sure. And it sucks gas like it's going out of style.
Why are you biting me?
I'm assuming it has to do something with the spark plugs and stuff. Since I don't know where the spark plugs are located at, probably under the machine, underneath the engine, where I can't get to them. Oh, Cecilia likes the color of it, love.
So thank you.
Hun, you just did.
Thank you.
I want to make sure that everything is really good audio-wise. I'm going to turn up the volume as much as I can. Yeah, everything's looking good so far. Cool. Thank you for doing this stuff. I really appreciate it.
Gives me a chance to work on my blanket.
Catalytic converter is clogged. Okay, I don't know anything about that, other than people steal them, and they.
Hey, if he knows what he's doing, and he can work on it. We'll pay him.
He's gonna. I don't. We're gonna have to sit down and actually have some dinner with the guy and his family, and
okay.
We'll discuss it.
Venison meatloaf.
So you're offering up JV's meal.
It's not like we don't have enough venison.
That's true. We got we have 20, over 20 pounds of venison.
Unless you don't have it.
No. Rob, we're going to have to get together and we'll discuss it because like I said, I don't have the skills, the tools, or anything about fixing a vehicle. I'm the only non-mechanic in my entire family. Please forgive me about trying. I'm just trying to figure the best angle for this, where I could see myself centered. And the fact that I actually have video up and everything, I don't know. Got a car shop this weekend with the son. Well, if we could get the vehicle figured out, I don't know. I don't think you'd want this one, even though it's a really nice truck. Don't get me wrong.
It's, aside from the engine problems, it's a good truck.
It's a good truck. It's just.
And it's sucking gas like crazy.
Yeah, I just said that. No, it's just everything went downhill once the alternator went out. Then I had to replace the battery. Then then this happened. Then the brakes went out. Then I fixed the brakes, and this is getting worse. So, yeah. We went to, where did we go to?
Cards.
No. Our new vehicle.
Oh, You Save Auto Lot on University.
You Save Auto Lot on University.
Tom's You Save. It's a part of Tom's Auto Sales.
It's a part of Tom's Auto Sales, and we actually, the sticker price and and everything else, we got it way below Blue Book. It's a nice vehicle. Only thing it doesn't have is a trailer hitch, which is the only thing I feel is bad, but she doesn't. I don't know anything about that, Rob. He said coil packs. I have no clue.
Dude, you're speaking Greek.
He's speaking not in Latin. I can understand. Greek.
He's talking.
Oh no, what's the one that the ancient language, not Greek. Older than Greek.
Sanskrit?
Sanskrit, yeah, that'd be a good one.
Speaking Sanskrit.
Yeah, you're speaking Sanskrit. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Hey, if he knows how to fix it. Stop fighting me. Go ahead.
Oh, cool, Cecilia. She's got some people sending her yarn and knitting hats. As soon as I am able to send you out that package, Cecilia, you're going to get more yarn. We have it sitting in a box, ready to go. Just don't have the money to.
The box is pretty much half full of yarn.
It's half full of yarn, and the thing I said I'd get for you is in there.
And I got a couple of. I got the circular looms. And,
okay, hon. You tell her.
Okay, so I got a bunch of those.
Oops, sorry, folks.
Looms, the circular and long looms.
Nope, I'm trying to get this. There we go.
And then I've got. I had an extra yarn bowl, so I'm sending that to you. And then
It's needles, right?
a bunch of knitting needles. I don't know if you have any.
Didn't hurt to have extra.
Yep. And
you should show them my idea over there that you're doing.
what?
Over there next to the wall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I can't turn that far, hon.
Rusty found a use.
Colin.
Or Colin. Excuse me.
She's the only one that calls me that.
Well, duh, because I married you. So, moon to everybody.
No, I didn't turn that far,
All
hon.
right, so
We had an extra toilet paper holder.
we had an extra toilet paper roll holder, and he came up with the brilliant idea of using it to wind yarn.
Yep. And I'm going to put some cardboard pieces on the side to keep it, centered, and that way she can wind it up better without it going off the rails, so to speak. Hey, Jesse, thank you for coming. I can understand that.
You usually have this on anyway. Is that better?
Yeah. I might have to move my. Could you? Okay, I'm gonna have to sit up. That's the only way I ever do it because I'm not used to sitting down when I do all this. I'm used to being mobile. Could you do me a favor before you get comfortable? Come here, please. I gotta move this. I need both hands. Rearranging things. Okay, there we go. Now this is the view I'm used to. And there went my phone. Mac, no surfing the internet.
Oh, come on. Use a country key.
Hey, Evan, thank you for coming. This is a new platform. I'm using my wife's iPad today, and it seems to be working better, connection-wise, as far as I know.
Better than the phone anyway.
Better than my phone. At least I get a better screen. I mean, I understand about coils. I mean, I used to, I know how to fix old vehicles like 1970s vehicles or older, but nothing about this new stuff that needs computers. Yeah, so it's probably going to need a new coil. It's probably going to need a new distributor, new spark plugs, new yeah, the
Catalytic converter.
no, yeah. Well, I don't know what to do about the catalytic converter.
Well, it says if it's clogged, they just need to clean it out.
I don't know if you can. That's the only issue. Well, I'm sure that Rob's hearing me say this, and he's going to comment about that. Hey, first time fishing. How you doing? Thank you for coming. Oh, I did not know that. I miss distributor caps. I mean, stuff. I mean, just literally, you pick the cap off, you put the little thing on, put the new one on there, and there you go. Bob, your uncle? Yep. Okay. Yeah. So, coil pack functions like a distributor. I didn't know that.
See, you learn something new every day.
As I am a non-mechanic, I am an archer. That's what I do basic woodworking and leatherworking and lots of archery stuff. So that's my skill set. Auto mechanics isn't. Yeah, I don't even have a computer to even monitor that. So there you go. I'll be right back. I need to go get me a Pepsi because it doesn't seem like a live stream without a Pepsi. So I got my last Pepsi of the house. Yeah. Tomorrow is new car day. How are the speakers in this thing, huh?
What, on that?
Yeah.
Fine.
I don't know. I've never really paid attention to your speakers. Okay. Slowly getting things going. Got my signature Pepsi. And I got my archer gear all on hand. I've got 2 bows off to the side here. And a bunch of, I even got a sword over here. Oops, sorry. I'm trying to figure out where the stupid camera is. There's the boulder. This is not boulder blunt. This is a hex blunt. Oops. Trying to figure out the camera angle on this thing. Hey Deb, how you doing? I'm glad you made it too. I'm using my wife's tablet today, so things are a little different for me. So I'm trying to figure things out. I'm glad you can make it. Hey Rob, can you do me? Can you come up by any chance? I will do my best, Cecilia. I will do. I got your pipes. They're all ready to go in the thing. The package has not been opened. You'll be the first one to take a look at them. Wow. This is where they had the IV. They had the IV in me today. Like I said, I had stomach flu. It may not sound like it, but my throat is raw, bad from throwing up all day. Oh, that's okay. I used my phone on Monday or Tuesday. Monday? Monday or Tuesday, love?
Wednesday.
No, when I was on my phone. That wasn't yesterday.
Well, you're on your phone on the way home.
No. I mean, when I did my live, when you went to bed.
Oh, probably Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah. Don't want to look down there. I have honey, but no garlic. Hey, Black Ash, how you doing, brother? Okay, now I'm so used to using my mouse with my computer. That's what I'm used to using to control stuff, not my finger. Let me see if I can get this to work. I want to test this, and I need a test run. If I can get Cliff up here for a half a second, I can test it. Then he can go back to doing what he was doing. Because I want to test it. I mean, I know what you guys could hear, but I want to see how this thing sounds compared to everything else. Because I can't use my headset in an iPad. Well, I'm off for the next a couple of days because I was sick. So hopefully things will be better. Tablet is last year, right?
It's a 6th gen iPad.
It's
6th generation iPad.
The 6th generation iPad. My laptop was from 2014. Yep. Yeah. So I have a very old laptop that I've been using for all my live streams. So
Are
this,
you saying that's better?
well, the thing is, I don't know yet. I can only tell you I don't know because I don't know. But the thing is, it doesn't have the options that I like.
Oh,
Oh, here comes Cornfred and add to stream. Add to stream. Okay, look at us.
Good night. Look at all this,
Okay,
man.
so, wow.
Which,
And we're not. Am I lagging?
well,
Why is there two of me?
A little bit. I'm lagging a little bit.
you're gonna see your main icon up on screen, and then you'll see your little mini icon down in the corner.
All right.
Okay.
It'll always be like that.
Sound quality on my side, it's not so great.
For who, me?
Okay. I'm gonna get with you, Rob, sometime soon about you can go fishing or do something because I want to show you that new fishing pole I just got that Ian got for me. I'm sure you've seen the video of me showing it off. Okay. It's back there somewhere.
I can barely hear Colin. Where'd he go?
Into the void of nothing. He still has internet issues, so I had a feeling this was gonna happen. Yep.
What are you eating tonight, Cliff?
Cheese puffs.
Oh my God, I don't have a hat on.
Oh, your brain's gonna fly out.
What brains?
Yeah, no, I actually ate today, but I still need to snack on something because I'm pretty much. I may or may not be eating anything in the next 3 days.
Okay, I got my cam shut down so we can at least talk to each other.
See, I knew this was going to
Cliff, can you
happen.
hear me?
The minute we got up here, your internet was going
Hey,
to
Rob.
give you the middle finger.
Okay, I got my Daiwa Minicast fishing pole thing I want to try out next time I see you.
Change the layout, Colin.
Well, let me do. I'm here. Let me do something.
If you can.
Do this. Can I do? It won't let me change. Dang.
I forgot. I can't see damn comments.
Oh boy, Colin.
Here it goes.
Whoa,
Here it comes.
he's trying.
There we go. I don't know about that layout. There we go.
I'm looking for my tripod, but God knows I don't use it. Jeez.
I have a tripod. No, I have multiple tripods. They're just not. They're all occupied. I got a little 6-inch one over here that's holding my ring light. I've got the one right here where my camera's on.
Mine's probably in my truck.
I got another one behind my TV, but I've got nothing that I can connect to it other than my telescope.
There we go. It worked. Okay. That's switched over. Okay. Is that better, Cliff?
Volume-wise, I can hear you fine. But I've also got
Okay. What are you eating, Cliff?
cheese puffs.
Cheese puffs?
I always got cheese puffs.
Well, it's good to see you, Rob. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I got to start. I got to start doing some lives and coming on. I got to start doing something, man.
Well, once I get our internet back up, I'm not sure how long that's going to be, but I'm going to get that up and running. Then we'll get back on my laptop, and then we can do some more proper streaming. But I figured with me doing it this way, you guys can hear me, just won't be able to see anything.
It's pretty quiet on my end. I can barely hear you, but I can hear Cliff fine.
I blame Colin's internet.
Yeah.
Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Close the garlic, peel and add honey, cover it, and let it sit. Use it the next day. Okay.
Boy, what the shit happened here?
Burp it every day. Okay. What do I put it in, Cecilia?
My guess would be a sealed jar or like a mason jar.
Okay. We got some old honey jars we could use that are mason jars. Thought. Okay, Cecilia's here. Let's see if that. Okay, Cecilia, can you hear me? Burp it every day. Okay. What do I? Okay. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, let me try something here.
Okay, Colin. What
Yes.
you need to do is grab any jar. I use a mason jar, but grab any jar, grab some cloves of garlic. Okay, peel them, then throw them in the jar, cover it with honey.
We got to pick up tomorrow.
You can get honey at any grocery store. And what you do is let it sit. The longer you let it sit, the better.
Okay.
I have it, mine is 6 months old. It's good as a preventative, but it's also good when you actually get the flu. It sort of helps you out. But again, when you put them in the jar, make sure that the honey covers it totally. I have a weight which I put on top of the honey to keep it submerged. And what you have to do is burp it every day, meaning you have to open it up.
Okay.
So to let the gases out. Now, is he frozen or is it just on my side?
He seems frozen to me too. He gone.
He's having a bit of issues. Corn, you had mentioned before you were looking at hats that you wanted to put in some sort of care package. Are you still doing that?
Well, we did that today. Matter of fact. Yeah, we fed like 200 people Thanksgiving meal and gave out a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, okay. No, because right now I have a lot of people that I'm friends with on YouTube. Some have their own channels, and a lot of them, unfortunately, are on limited incomes.
Yeah.
So what I told them is just send me whatever wool you want, stuff made out.
Folks, I'm here.
And that's what I've been doing. So I've gotten slippers and a few other things that I have made, and I tell them it's
Okay, I'll
free.
be right back. I'm going to try and
The only thing that they
his,
have to do is pay for the shipping.
That's cool. I like that idea.
I'm trying to get on his Wi-Fi,
going on, Jenny?
so it might work a lot better. So, be right back.
Okay.
No, I do that occasionally. I do sell some of my stuff, but then there are others that they're on fixed incomes, and there's no way that they could afford a handmade knitted stuff.
Right.
So for those people, I just say, send me the yarn, cover what it costs for the shipping, and I'll make whatever it is that you want. So
Yeah.
I've made a few things. Some things I've made as thank you gifts because people have sent me stuff. So those I pay for the shipping, and I have one large order initially was supposed to be a gator in a hat, and then became two gators in a hat. Now it's slippers, and he just sent me some more yarn. He wants to make a shawl for wants me to make a shawl for his mother so he can give it to her for Christmas.
Sweet.
But the shawl is the thing that's taking me the longest because I'm not crocheting it, I'm knitting it, and unfortunately, I fell down concrete stairs going up. So my arms and my legs are kind of sore. So it's taking me a little longer to do it.
Hey, that takes talent, falling up the stairs.
Yeah, I lose my balance. That's why I use a walker.
Ah,
But when you're going up and down the stairs, you can't use your walker. Plus, I was carrying something. Normally, if I do some shopping, I get the taxi to put it up on the porch, but I had no one with me at the time, so bad idea. Should have waited, but I was stubborn.
well, I think we all have a stubborn side.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I,
Hey, if I wasn't stubborn, I would have been in a wheelchair 3 years ago. So
well, stubbornness pays off sometimes.
it does. But unfortunately, I think I might have done a bit more damage than I want to admit. I've got a bit of a chunk of my leg that came off. So that's
Oof.
where it's really hurting.
Yeah, I bet. I bet that's sore.
Oh yeah, I can't touch it. I couldn't even take a shower. That's actually what I did before I came on, is because it happened on the 11th, and besides washing it and putting antibiotic on it, I couldn't take a proper wash. So today was the first night, and it's like, oh, help. Oh, by the way, Cliff, you're constantly eating tonight. I decided I was going to have my snack. So I have my barbecue wings waiting here for when I get off.
Barbecue wings aren't a snack. That's food.
Well, I'm not
Chips
going to
are a
snack
snack.
like you do. Okay.
Chicken wings are actual food.
Well, some people consider that a snack, but for me, that will be a meal.
Gotcha.
I don't do chicken wings.
No, it was actually my birthday yesterday, and my daughter emailed me and she says, you can have whatever you want for my birthday. And I said, okay. So she got me some Chinese. So I got some chicken wings and a couple of other things and stretching out for different meals.
I thought you had a whole bunch of lasagnas over there.
I made 2 batches of lasagna. I had it the first day I made it. And what I usually do is I cut it up and then I freeze them. But I have some friends because I got hurt and I couldn't do the shopping. They're coming over to get some lasagna. So
Had to save some.
Debbie, thank you. No, it's when I'm okay. I like to make big batches and then either can it or freeze it. And you really can't can lasagna, so next best
You can
thing
can
is
lasagna.
you
You just
can,
gotta use
you
a
can't.
really big can.
No, you can't can lasagna. All right, because for long-term storage, the lasagna noodles will break down and it'll be a piece of crap. So one thing that does not can well is pasta and rice if it's cooked.
Well, yeah, especially if it's in with sauce. The acidity in the sauce is what breaks down the noodles.
Yeah, because you ever gotten a can of the I don't know if you guys have down there the beefaroni
Yeah,
or
Oh yeah.
spaghetti with meatballs. If you let that can sit for too long, it's a piece of mush.
yeah.
And after you spend a lot of money, the last thing you want is your food to be mush.
That stuff is designed to be mush anyway. It's like cheap kids food. Although them cans are like stupid expensive now. It's like almost $3 for like one can.
Yeah.
I
That's
remember
correct.
when those damn. I remember when them stupid cans were like 65 cents.
They're $1.45 at the dollar store. Thank you, Jeff. But if you go anywhere else, they're almost $2 to $3. But
Yeah.
again, I pick
Okay,
them up
sorry about
every
that,
once
folks.
in a while. I don't try to
We
eat
had to
the
do some
canned stuff, but
rearranging.
every once in a while, you just need some junk food. That's what I consider my junk food.
Well, okay. Hey, Raccoon, thank you for coming. And happy birthday again, Cecilia.
Oh, I didn't even notice there was a raccoon in here. We got a
Oh,
raccoon and a
Raccoon
fox in here. Let's hope they don't start a quarrel.
A raccoon.
No, you don't get to knock the bowl over.
Who's the raccoon?
Why does
There's a raccoon in here. Raccoon 6.
look like you were wearing your shirt?
Huh?
There's someone here looks like they got a shirt that you wear.
Oh, I see.
What's it say on it?
I don't know.
All right, folks. I'm gonna bow out of
I'll
here.
look it up
It's
later.
my bedtime. I gotta be up at 3:30.
Oof.
Good night. Take
Okay.
care and stay safe.
Yes.
Later, Rob.
Okay,
Good
folks.
seeing
Just
you.
to let you know, I don't think I can handle 4 people up on my wife on my.
Yeah, and I'm going to
Right
cut
now.
out because I don't know what that's going to do to your live. So I'll cut out and just be in the chat.
Okay, thank you, Cecilia, for coming.
You're welcome, dear.
Okay, Cliff, it's just you and me now. Okay, is Cliff frozen or is he just looking? Oh, here comes Raccoon. Okay, I don't know who Raccoon is, but Ron. Oh, okay.
Yes,
Ron.
you do.
Oh, I didn't recognize the name.
I had to change my name. I had to change my name for all the hate mail I was getting.
Wow, thank you for coming, brother. Long time no see.
Well, I've been a little busy doing this and that, and oh gosh,
My internet is
wintertime.
very slow.
Yeah.
Just let you know, Ron. Because I'm
Yeah.
running off I'm using my wife's tablet.
Yeah.
That's your love right there.
Yeah, there's definitely true love. She's let me use her personal gaming tablet. So
Yeah, that's a
pretty
privilege. Cool. That's a privilege.
The thing is, I didn't ask for it. She offered it, which is
Feeling generous today.
it's because I've been sick, right?
Yep. I feel sorry for you.
I hope not too much.
Especially since I had your symptoms first.
So I caught it from you? Oh, man.
So did you happen to go deer hunting this year?
I have not. With our vehicle problems we've had and everything else, I had not a chance.
Yeah,
but
I'm going to try tomorrow.
To be honest, I am not much of a deer hunter in general. I do small game because they're a little bit more plentiful and less likely to get shot at than deer. So I'm going to be doing a lot of rabbits and squirrels, and if I can get lucky and get a pheasant or two, I'll be happy for that.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of pheasant where I'm located at, but I got to drive about 10 miles to get into them. Then they're everywhere. I mean, heck, they're even crossing the roads most of the time down there.
Right. We've actually, I don't know if we've seen any deer here, have we?
I've seen a few.
Yeah.
On the way home sometimes.
As we used to at our old place in Milo.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I got a couple state properties I want to visit tomorrow morning and see if I can scare one up. Get one last one here.
It's okay. If you guys are lagging, it's on my side, not your guys' side. Please forgive me. This is a new setup for me. I'm not sure exactly how it works or how I sound to you guys until you guys tell me. Because Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, Cliff, that I did mine?
I think Tuesday. Because I went full live on Wednesday. So it had to have been Tuesday. And Cecilia wants to know why you're getting the hate mail, Ron.
Oh, because of the stuff I get into. I mean, I tell people the way it is and what they should know to get through these days, and people just don't like to get out of their comfort zone, so they send me hate mail.
Yeah. The standard, typical Karens.
Oh yeah, that's usually who it is. But I just changed my name to something different just to keep them guessing. Every now and then I'll go back to my original, but usually I'm using my new name. I also use it on Rumble. Yeah. I hope all this crap comes out tomorrow and they free that poor kid in Wisconsin.
I don't do politics at all. I could care less about what all that shit that's happening. Doesn't affect me any.
I just look at the fact that, you know, the kid's been pulled into gone into the machine, and they're trying to chew him up. You don't need that. We don't need it anywhere.
Truth be told, if you didn't want this shit to happen, you shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Well, you know, they're trying to divide us, divide and conquer. And so far, they've been doing a pretty good job.
Okay. I had to go back to my phone temporarily, folks.
Why? Tablet died?
Oh, thank you, Cecilia.
She probably took it back so she can play some games.
I mean, I came off because the lag. So I'm hoping this will help. So how's everybody doing?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and of course he froze.
Yeah.
Oh, we are now reached our limit of our
data.
That's probably what it was. I had a bunch I had to get rid of because my phone was jam packed. Of course, most of it was just crap anyway. That's what you do, man.
No, I'm a restaurant manager at a pizza restaurant.
Yeah. Cool.
But I also do gardening on the side when I'm not working constantly. It's the only thing that's been keeping me sane this year.
Yeah.
Can't go anywhere. I usually doesn't really bother me anyway because I don't go that many places to begin with. But couldn't go fishing at all this year because everything was closed down. So there weren't my after work activities. So usually go fishing for a couple of hours and then go walking, and then I couldn't do any of that this year. So
yeah,
I just up and decided to garden. I was planning on gardening at the beginning of the year anyway. I had got everything started and was gonna plan on doing it regardless, but everything went sideways. So that basically almost became a staple of what I was doing.
Yeah, I was hugging the home property myself too. I'm not wanting to get out a whole bunch. Don't do any more shopping than I absolutely have to. You know.
Yeah, I shop constantly, but that's usually for preps. Stuff that I may or may not be able to use, or pretty much stuff that I may use later down the road.
Oh
I'd
yeah,
rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
exactly. I kind of got my stockpiles up pretty good, and don't have a whole heck of a lot to worry about. I got at least 6 months of cachet around here.
Yeah, I've got about a good 3 months just sitting in my room,
Yeah,
just in here alone, and I can
that,
see most of it from here.
that doesn't take doesn't take long to get it put together.
Nah. Especially when you buy like dehydrated foods. Yeah, dehydrated foods are expensive, but if you get like the
Yeah,
buckets, I mean, for one person, I mean, theoretically, those buckets are designed for 3 or 4 people for a good couple of days. But if you're one
yeah,
person, 3 or 4 days can be like almost like 2 weeks if you're if you stretch it out.
yeah. I got two of them, and then I got a whole bunch of other stuff stashed around, and a few canned goods to break up the monotony, spices and shit like that. Stuff that you need to make it taste better the next time.
Oh yeah, I've got seasonings everywhere. I've got
Yeah,
for the seasonings, I really don't have to worry about too much other than like salt and pepper. I mean, I grow my own seasonings. I have
yeah,
onion, garlic, basil, thyme, oregano, chives. I have all that out in the greenhouse. I grow that stuff constantly.
yeah. Yeah, I can't really do that here. I'm up here in the big state, up here above Utah, Wyoming.
You can there's no law saying that you can't grow inside.
Well, no, but I have a hard time with it because I got gas heat in my house, and the gas shutoffs in the house are not really designed to be completely airtight. There's a little leakage, and I have a problem with it. I can only do it in one spot in the house, and if I do it anywhere else, it'll come up and then it'll die. So I had to really go around the house there and find a spot that has a little bit of ventilation coming in to keep some of that gas down in the house. It's very minute, but it's enough to affect the plants. My
Yeah,
wife's
if you get enough
mad
plants,
because she
if you get
can't.
enough surviving at once, they'll filter out the gas regardless.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is once you get them started, they die off. They just fall over. And I had to find that one spot in the house where they actually will thrive, and then I can grow a few things. But I've only got one window in that house. I mean, I could probably build me a greenhouse if I can find enough daggone thermal pane windows up here because it gets pretty damn cold.
I was gonna say just use the coroplast, plastic panels. That stuff worked good.
But no, that doesn't work good here. That shit collapses. The snow can be 18 to 24 inches at times.
Oh well, I mean, you can't just straight build it out of the coroplast. You have to build a structure, otherwise.
Well, I know. But what I'm saying is, you run the risk of just having to collapse at any time when it starts snowing because it can snow here for days on end, and all of a sudden everything's just trashed.
Put a heater inside. That's what I have to do down here. I mean, I live in the desert, but it still drops down below freezing at night sometimes. So
yeah,
a ceramic heater in mine.
I live in Montana.
It gets
pretty damn cold up here. Yeah, I built a greenhouse for a guy, or actually helped him and instructed him how to build a greenhouse out of thermal pane patio doors that he used to replace, and he kept the glass, kept the doors around. So I said, well, let's build you a greenhouse, because he was always wanting one, and we got out there and built him a big greenhouse out of patio doors. And he was growing a lot of stuff in it there for a long time, and then he had to sell out because they were buying up all the land and everything to put in goddamn stretch malls and stuff out here, and he kind of abandoned that idea and moved on. But he was growing pretty good there for a while. He always told me, man, I wish I had that greenhouse, man. So I wish I had
those
it
things
too.
come in handy in the wintertime. Like they come in super handy.
We went and put in a force air electric heater in it, and he could regulate the heat real good in the wintertime, and never had any snow laying on the glass at all.
Yeah, because when that glass was warm.
Yeah, once it got warm, it and the sunlight on the outside, it was real good. But when you're using any kind of material, you have a bad indication that you're going to collapse at any moment when it starts snowing. And I know guys that put them up and boom, down they go.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of snow down
they're
here.
Arched. Yeah.
But I mean,
even the arched, the tubular arch that you use on some of those guys end up having them snap in 3 pieces just because of the weight.
yeah, well, that's because for one thing is they don't have those things heated. If you don't have your greenhouse heated in the wintertime, you're going to get that, like you said, you're going to get that snow load on there, and it's just going to smash it. It's going to crumple it like a tent in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a heater in there. That's why I've had about 6-8 inches of snow on top of my my little greenhouse, and with my ceramic heater and my heat lamp and my infrared light, that stuff just melts off. Once that thing kicks on, it just starts melting it because I keep it around 55 in the winter just to keep my plants so they don't freeze and they don't try to go dormant, because I do like to they'll grow all winter long. There's no stopping them if they're warm. So I never get any snow load on there.
I had one that had racks and stuff in it. It was a fairly good size one, and we got a snow dump one night, and it just smashed it. And I had a heater in it, but the snow came down so fast and heavy that it just snapped it.
Couldn't keep up with it.
Couldn't keep up with it. I mean, we got it was about 8 inches in an hour.
Ooh, that's a heavy snow drop.
And it was a wet snow. Sometimes we get kind of a light dry snow, but sometimes we get a heavy wet snow, and that's what pulls a lot of the trees down around here in the wintertime. They'll ice up and then snap off, and then a power line goes down. But that's a great part of being up here in the north.
I kind of wish I had property up there where it gets cold, because I love the cold. I hate heat, but at the same time, with my growing season, I've got like 7 months of growing season.
Well, here we get about 6 if we start out early, depending on whether or not we can get that 70-degree days and stuff to heat up the ground. But usually ours starts after Mother's Day and it ends in late September.
Yeah, down where I'm at, I can honestly plant logically and realistically, I can actually plant the 2nd or 3rd week of February down here.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the middle of November here, and we're getting we got our first full freeze yesterday. It was like 31 degrees last night. So I mean, the first time it dropped below freezing in this state.
Yeah, we went and had tremendous heat this year. My town here for almost 2 weeks was the hottest place on the continent. It was over 109 degrees here for 2 solid weeks, and then it hovered around 100 for a week on both sides of that 2 weeks, and it was just sucking the moisture out of everything. I was running sprinklers damn near 24 hours a day trying to keep the ground dry or wet. But we had our first snow the first week of October this year, which is kind of unusual. Usually it doesn't hit till late October. And we had a couple inches of snow that just killed every damn thing, and then it's been freezing every night since then. But I have to admit, I live in the High Plains desert. If it wasn't for the Rocky Mountains, we wouldn't get any moisture. We only get about 14 inches in the average a year here.
Yeah, for rainfall, you guys are like us down here.
Yeah.
I get hard to squat for rainfall sometimes.
Well, Yeah, the only thing that gives us moisture is the fact that the damn fronts have to go over the mountains, hit the cold air, and start raining. But we don't get those very often. You know, it's just the High Plains desert. I mean, you know, the only thing that grew here before we got here was grass. Most of the trees here were brought in and planted.
Oh, yeah, you have to. Well, the thing is, though, once you get those trees in there, the trees start bringing in their own moisture.
Well,
Once they're
yeah.
old enough and big enough, they start making their own climate. And then you start getting
Yeah,
that
but
free water.
the trees here are far and few in between, though. I mean, a few in your yard, you know, a few in a hedgerow of trees, but there's just not enough because this area is used for irrigation planting. Everything here in this valley is irrigated out of the Bighorn River. And, you know, everything grows like crazy in the summertime and then burns off in the wintertime or in the fall. We have flash fires all summer because the grass will mature and die from the heat. And then we have flash fires. We have a grass fire here or there. And if we do have timber standing, timber catch fire. We catch serious, big timber fires the last 10 years. It just destroyed a lot of it. A lot of the areas got destroyed, and it even jumped the interstate a couple times and burned up on both sides of the interstate, which wasn't really planned for them. But there's always a grass fire somewhere up here in the summertime.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how California catches on fire most of the time. It usually starts off with, or it's either a grass fire that starts it or some idiot in a campground.
Yeah, that and the fact that they don't take all the buildup underneath their trees. They leave it all to grow wild. And grow wild just means a wildfire, and when it dies off and a grass fire moves in and sets the trees on fire. I mean, you know, forest management is the big thing there. They don't have it. Other places they do have it, and they don't have those things. But, you know, it's all where you live at and who's controlling what.
Yeah, it seems like every year it's always California that catches on fire. Everywhere else that has like massive national parks or anything, they don't catch on fire. It always just seems like it's California.
Yeah. In general, that's the way it is. But sometimes, you know, we've had droughts here since I've been here. I've been here about 25 years, and we've had droughts here that cause massive fires. I worked on a ranch, and the whole damn ranch burned up, and it was like 80,000 acre ranch.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. Mostly grass, a lot of trees, and a mountain on it. And they had their hands full trying to put that fire out. It almost got all the way to the Dagon power plant. And there's a coal field in between.
Ooh.
So they were working real hard to get that. Because they have a gigantic mine there that's cutting through that ranch. And if that fire was able to burn long enough, it would have probably started catching some of that coal on fire just from all the ash floating around.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it hits that coal field, that thing, good luck putting that out.
It'll burn forever. Be like Pennsylvania.
Oh, it'll be like what is that stupid gas mine that they lit on? Those idiots lit on fire in the 80s, or the 70s, and that thing's still burning today. It's been like 40 years.
But there's a coal mine in western Pennsylvania, I think it is, or eastern Pennsylvania, that it was all shaft mines, and one of them caught fire, and it's been burning ever since, and it's been burning, I know, since the 60s. They've actually evacuated the town just because they had pop-ups all over the place. And it's still burning. Still burning to this day. You can't go in there.
That's crazy.
They don't know what the ground tension strength is. If you drive a car in there, you're liable to be in hell.
Right.
You know,
drive straight through a tunnel that drops 80 and 90 to 100, like 200 feet.
Oh yeah, or even 30 foot. I mean, just depending on where the road is at. You know, the ground goes away after a while because the heat just makes it all basically turn to pumice and, you know, weight on
That stuff
the
breaks down over
top to
time.
collapse it. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the killers out here. You know, we have several coal mines in the area, and a bunch of them planned. We got tons and tons, in the millions of tons of coal from different layers. I know of one mine that's trying to start up, and they got 6 layers of coal. The only difference is you got to take the mountain down to get to it.
Yeah, that's usually how it always is.
Well, yeah, but this is the mountain. They tried to put one in the Bull Mountains and turn all the coal into diesel back in the early 2000s, and they couldn't get the permit because we had a hearing for a governor. So he nixed that in a hurry, and they had already started building the infrastructure for it, and that whole group of people lost their asses and all that. You know, they lost millions of dollars setting it up.
That sucks.
Yeah, but that's the way our government runs now. Now we got a good governor. He's got a class action suit going against the government, along with 27 other states.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, we don't have any of those mandates here. That's probably why everybody's flocking to get here. We got more cows than we got people.
Man, I got
true
more
too.
Karens down here than anything else.
Well, we got a lot of Karens too, man. Certain cities that have cliche names are full of Karens. And a lot of these people coming in from different states are trying to ruin the state. But, you know, it will all pan out here pretty soon, I think. Like I said the other day to some people, all those people that went for all that crap and followed along the leader and everything, got on the cattle car, they'll be out of the way soon.
Yeah, I'm hoping a lot of people are out of the way soon, but
yeah,
I really wish there was a button I could just push and it would just like randomly kill somebody, and I would just keep pushing that thing all day long. If I happen to be one of the random persons that button kills, well, I guess somebody else can take my place afterwards and continue to push that button.
Yeah. Of course, if you got a button, somebody else is going to have another button. I mean, you know, that's just the luck of the draw.
Yeah, you got 2 people pushing a button that potentially kills just random people. It's do it all for it because you never know who's going.
Yeah.
And I mean, it wouldn't just be like poof, they're dead. I mean, they literally just poof out of existence. Like every bit of every aspect of them just gone, erased from history.
Yeah, vaporized
and completely erased from history.
Yeah. They were never here.
Gray man, fear is the biggest trend.
Yeah. Well, history is written by the victors.
Or by somebody who was really drunk.
Well, that too. They were probably drunk when they were dictating all that crap out, you know, and nobody knows what the heck is really true.
Yeah, half this stuff makes no sense nowadays.
Well, it really hasn't for a long, long time. I'm still trying to get people to think about the Egyptians. How the hell did they drill a hole with copper tools through black granite?
The ongoing consensus and running theory is aliens.
Well, we might be the aliens. That's the thing.
That's I know that's the sad part.
You know, how long has man been here, and why are we the only ones like we are, and everything else is lower? You know, there's a reason for it, and there's a reason because of it. This is nothing more now than a slave rock twirling around a star.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, you got Stonehenge. Okay, they have still yet to figure out why it's there, what purpose it serves, or like the meaning of why it's even like around. It's just a bunch of funky giant ass stones in a big circle.
Done before they thought they had a wheel. From what, 50 miles away, they brought them stones. They must have had a crowd of people. They must have had a crowd of people with them.
Yeah, I mean, the ongoing theory on that one too is that it's a alien spacecraft landing platform.
Well, that's one of the things too, and the other thing is that they can actually use it to plot the sun calendar every season.
Yeah,
you know, and that's not the only place like that.
No, they found that they've in a couple of places like strategically located, they've actually found like 3 or 4 little mini versions of Stonehenge.
Well,
like actually, one was made out of wood, another one was stone, one was brick.
Yeah,
and they
actually,
were like
all of them sit on certain lines around the earth. If you look at all of them and you've got the map of them, you can actually trace them down and see where each one of them, like Stonehenge is also in parallel with the pyramids.
Yeah, I think they placed them on what we would consider ley lines, like
ley lines.
Yeah. Like they're all placed on that stuff. Like everything is set on a ley line strategically for some reason. And
all around
one of these days we'll find out, because whatever the reason for putting that stuff there is, may or may not activate or do something in our lifetime.
Yeah. Well, the thing too, you look at that one Göbekli Tepe that they found there in the Middle East that was buried. It was buried by people. And it is supposed to be something like 100,000 years old, and nobody knows why it's there, but nobody knows why they buried the damn thing. They brought small rocks in there and buried it. You know,
they buried it for some reason or other, but then they just, like, throughout the generations, they pretty much erased the meaning or reason why they did it. That way, nobody can figure it out.
Yeah, and you look at the stuff that they have in South America, along the Peruvian Andes. How the hell did they get that rock that weighs 120 tons up the side of a mountain from down below?
I mean, the same with the Mayan temples. I mean, look at that. That's all stone. That's all carved stone, dude. And the thing is, you would think that if there's a building that large filled with made of stone, there'd be a hole somewhere where they dug it out from. There's no holes anywhere near that stuff. No pits, no grottos or whatever. Nothing.
The Sun Temple, though, there on the Yucatan Peninsula, the Sun Temple has a lake of mercury underneath it, and underneath it is also used. All the buildings around it, if you look at the layout of it, if you get a map of it, and you can get it off of some sites, you get the map of it, you look at the map, I didn't just take and overlay that with the thought of a circuit board. Every one of those temples and every one of those buildings and monuments are made out of a certain material that is mined out of Colombia.
Interesting.
It's a certain kind of mineral that's used today in electronics. and they made the buildings with that stuff in them.
Yeah, even
And-
Evan says aliens.
Yeah.
So see
I
again,
wondered about that since I was a little kid. How could this happen? You know, and it always screwed people up when I started talking about it. And now it's coming to tuition.
yeah, coming to light by everyone else is
Yeah.
starting to see the random patterns.
Yeah. I think
mean, what
some
if it,
people, some people I think are now coming to it because it's a time to explain it, or at least
what country is that wall in? I'm trying to remember the name of the country that there's a brick wall that they made. The bricks were so flat and so precisely cut that you can't even slide a sheet of paper in there.
Well, that's all over the Andes Mountains. Those people built those, and then the Incas came in and built on top of them with smaller rocks.
Yeah, but I mean, all of that stuff was done without any sort of stone saws, and it's like perfectly flat, and it's like it's almost like putting two pieces of tape together.
And also think of the fact that all the earthquakes that's ever happened throughout history,
and they haven't fallen apart.
Very few of them have shifted. They haven't fallen apart, but there's a few places in them where they did shift a little bit, but not all over the place. Only a couple places in an entire layout it shifted.
Yeah, and they only if they did, they only shifted like a minute little area. Well, it's not like they went 4 inches.
Well, no, in one spot it shifted enough for a person to walk through it, but that's in a corner on the side of a cliff, 300 feet straight down into nothing. The ground did give away right there, but the rest of the rocks held together. It just bubbled out a little bit and it stopped. And that was discovered in the 1800s, and it still hasn't moved.
Yeah, because again, those stones were so precisely cut that they literally hold themselves in place.
And you look at the ones in the Middle East around the what's that one place? There's one place that the stones are thought to be in the neighborhood of 140 tons, and they're 14 feet high. They're 190 something. It comes out in meters precisely, but in feet it's like 197 feet long, and then it's the width of it going into the depth of the wall is like 30 feet. It's like, how the hell did they get those there? Because they were mined about 100 miles away. Even the damn pyramids in Egypt, the ones that everybody gets to see, that shit came from 250 miles away.
Yeah, well, but back then, Egypt, when that thing was probably built, Egypt had a massive river running through it. They probably used barge ships and floated most of those down there like a cargo ship today would.
Yeah, but it would take one hell of a wooden ship that they didn't build back then that we know of. And we don't know. See, according to the story, when I gotta think of the name of it. The big city there in the Middle East during the time before the Sumerians, Egypt was supposed to have been a jungle.
I almost want to say Sumatra, but probably not even close.
No, but the Sumatrans are ones who wrote about it, and Sumerians wrote about it before the Sumatrans wrote about it. But this place was a big religious area, and it was said that God said your city will be destroyed, and everything throughout the Middle East will be destroyed. And now you have the whole Middle East, which unless it's being irrigated, can't grow a damn thing. I've been to the Middle East, and I know for a fact, and I have some petrified wood. Some areas it was nothing but sand and rock in the area, and you find a chunk of petrified wood. My unit brought back a 300-pounder and put it in the headquarters with the with a placard on it from Desert Storm.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how they got that stuff down there, how it grew down there in the first place.
Well, the thing about it is we don't know how long that's been there, and we don't know what the circumstances are about our own existence.
Well, true. I mean,
Cavemen.
Egypt
I
was
know
probably
people who,
what, ocean at
well,
one point.
it could have been underwater, but then when you go back to the story of Pangea, where all the land masses were one, and then they broke off, and you can actually take it. I pointed this out to my mom when I was 8 years old. You can put the whole map together and show that it was all one piece. My mom thought I was crazy. My teachers thought I was crazy. And in fourth grade, they taught us about it.
Yeah, no, that's like for like knowledge. I mean, you literally it's no different than a giant puzzle. We're literally a puzzle that just broke apart, and eventually, as we keep moving apart, we're gonna form again on the other side, and it's gonna be a weird shape. But yeah, Pangea, the way Pangea broke apart, yeah, that's how all our like if you look at everything, it fits.
One of the stories behind Pangea though was that's when Earth was young. And since then, it's been expanding because it's supposed to be plasma energy in the center. And other people are talking about cities under the ground in its own natural light and stuff it gives off and all this other crap. But when you look at it, yeah, maybe it did pull apart, you know, but that water came out and formed the oceans and everything. It's, you know, and you can get into a lot of that stuff that can go way back. Like, when did the Great Flood happen? Well, some people are saying it happened 100,000 years ago. But that blows the narrative out. That blows the narrative out, though, because, you know, in 7,000 years, how did we get all these animals back? How big of a ship would it take to take two of everything on the face of the earth? It would take something bigger than anything we have on the land, right, or on the ocean right now to hold that many of
even our biggest super tanker wouldn't even cover a third of the stuff that's on this planet.
Exactly, and they're finding shit all the time. They're finding animals in the jungles and everything else that we've never found before.
Yeah, well, it's because nobody wants to go that deep in somewhere they can't get out of.
Well, you look at those things, and you look at the stories that the Sumatrans wrote about the giants that were here that formed our race of people. Maybe it started as cavemen, but I'll tell you right now, I've got some caveman-looking people around me. I got some Neanderthals living around me. They look like Neanderthals. You know?
Yep.
Where does that gene come from? You know? But you know, all that is looked at as speculation or fairy tales. That, you know, a fairy tale starts out once upon a time, but a war story starts out as this is no bullshit.
And then something dumb happens, starts out with "Hold my beer."
Yeah. Somebody corrects both scenarios and say, "Hold my beer." But that's the thing. I mean, you know, history is written by the winners, and the losers are called crazy.
Yeah.
But we'll find out one day. I mean, the big thing now that they're crying about is our Earth may end up becoming a frozen rock when the sun burns out in 1 billion years. By that
nobody
time,
can even be on this planet that long.
We'll have wrecked this thing before then.
Yeah, we'll literally have killed ourselves off long before that happens.
I'm still waiting for an asteroid to hit. I mean, I've been told there's going to be an asteroid hit entered every month of the last 2 years.
Oh God, what they thought Halley's Comet was going to hit us at one point, and then what was that other asteroid, the one that's the size of Texas, that's actually in our solar system?
Yeah.
That one right there would be a planet killer. If that thing hit us, all life on this planet would cease to exist in about 4 days.
What happened to the dinosaur? I mean, I look at it, I've always looked at, we're just we're sitting on a petri dish waiting for Mother Nature to make
Drop
us
a rock
extinct
on us.
too. Yeah. Or we're just fleas on a dog's butt waiting for Mother Nature to give it another flea bath. You know.
Right. I mean, what is it? You got that what Crater Lake? What in it was it? I think it's Utah, or not Utah? Where's Crater Lake at?
Arizona. Well, there's a crater
Arizona.
down in Arizona.
Yeah, that massive crater. That's like one of a bunch, like a handful of actual crater impact sites that we can actually physically see. But I mean, with one of those had to have been what caused the extinction of the dinosaurs, because some of those craters are like 20 miles wide.
They think that the one that caused the dinosaurs to go off was the one that hit down in the Yucatan. It was a giant. It was supposed to be several hundred meters across, and it was supposedly, when it hit the Yucatan Peninsula, broke off a big chunk of it. Now there's a spot there you can see on Google Map that looks like an impact. But
yeah,
there's also
that's
another
the one that's underwater, isn't it? The one that actually flooded and it's full of water now?
But there's also another one just north of the Arctic, or the Antarctic, right around the southeastern end of South America. And then there's another one that happened over there next to China. It happened somewhere around Vietnam, that area. I mean,
so one of those had to have wiped out the dinosaurs, because those aren't small crater holes. Those things are huge.
Dinosaurs are one thing, though. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that got buried before the dinosaurs. I mean, you could dig forever and ever and find fossils in the crust of the earth. That's the crazy part about it. I mean, I can go out here and if I'm lucky, I can find where dinosaur eggs are still laying in some of this ground around here, or even dig up dinosaur bones if I can get a spot to dig at.
Yeah, because
this place is known for it.
They're saying that the Earth's crust is something like 25 miles thick. Can you imagine 25 miles down what you'd be able to find? Or even if you could dig 5 miles straight down, what you would find.
The Russians dug a well 9 miles deep, and they closed it because the noise that came out of it scared the hell out of everybody standing around it. And they abandoned it, and now it's marked with a well cap. But they have recordings of the sounds that came out of it that they've had on podcasts and stuff, and it's really some eerie stuff. But what is it? It's probably the earth groaning from having a hole dug through it and stuff that's trying to fill it back in.
Yeah, it's basically 9 miles worth of dirt trying to fill in that hole.
Well, they found minerals and stuff down there that we didn't have before, and they've also found places where there's actually large diamonds down there that they ran into down in the 3 to 5 mile range, which is beyond anything we've got now. I mean, even the mine in Africa ain't that deep.
Yeah, most of the time we did that. Deepest we go is what, 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles.
That's what I'm saying. You know, the African mine isn't really all that deep when you look at how far they dug. We dug one too. We stopped at 3.5 miles. You ran out of funding. Russians said, heck with it, we're going down further, and they went 9 miles down. And they closed it, I think, in 1988. But they were drilling on that thing for almost a decade, and they were going through all kinds of equipment. They were chewing up drill bits, 10, 12 of them a day, trying to get through some of the crap they went through. Plus
because they were probably hitting pockets of solid steel at some point down there.
Well, they were hitting all kinds of ore and stuff, and they had scientists that were trying to identify it and figure out what they could do with it and everything. But the whole fact of the matter is, they went through a lot of equipment, and there's still piles of it laying all over the place that they pulled out old drill tubes and stuff and replaced them with new drill tube and kept on going and all this other shit. thing. And it's in Siberia. They drilled nonstop around the calendar year to get down to where they were at. The guys there were actually inside a building that they built for it, and they were still in parkas. They were freezing their butts off.
I bet. I wonder how long it would honestly take to fill that hole in with either concrete or water.
I don't think we have enough concrete. It's a 10-inch hole.
That's only
Just think
only
of
a
the pot-
10-inch hole?
Just
10-inch holes 9 mile wide? Nah, a couple of dump trucks ought to fill that thing.
just think of the pockets that they ran through, though.
Well, that's
know.
true. You never know where you hit like a random lava tube or something.
Well, they would have known the lava tube, but something like a artesian well tube or a well spot, you drilled into a pocket of water, which they did hit water many times. But how big are those caverns that water's setting in? That's the question.
That's true.
You could have something the size of Manhattan down there.
Yeah, and the opening to that thing could be the size of a freaking Pringles can.
Yeah. But there's a lot of things that when you look at it and you get into the different aspects and fields of shit that we've done, you find out we wasted a lot of money.
Yeah, you
Everybody
know what?
around the world is
experimentation. You got to learn by failing sometimes.
Well, yeah, but what would have happened if 9 miles down they busted into the daggone lava surrounding the center of the earth that we were taught in school? It would have continued to it would still be coming out.
Oh, yeah, there'd be no way to
Years
cap
later.
that.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It would still be coming out. Yeah, things that happened around. I mean, look at the gas well that went off in the ocean. It took them like 2 days to put it out. They had a gas pocket on a well they dug, and it blew out natural gas or methane or some shit. It burned for like 3 days before they actually got it down and put it out. But it's still bubbling, I guess, in that area.
Yeah, that's the thing with methane, though. Once you get that lit, even underwater, that stuff will still burn.
Yeah. It sucks the oxygen out of the water.
Yep. I think that's how they do welding rods for like underwater welding rods. I think they use that same. They use a methane-based welding rod.
Probably so. I have never done that. I got a friend that was in the Navy. He was a salvage and underwater welder. He his basic job was repairing the ships while they were out in the ocean. Became a master chief, and expert welder. Of course, his dad was a master welder. That guy could weld just about anything that I ever seen him weld. He could put it together and weld it. He passed away a few years ago, but this guy was just as good as him, if not better, because he had all the technology that they now have. And, as he was working, last I heard, he was working the shipyards in Virginia, there at Norfolk. He retired and moved into shipbuilding, destroyers and stuff.
You got some good money right there.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's all military contracts right there. Depending on what your skill set is, you can make $200,000, $300,000 a year.
Well, he probably does make that easily because they handed him the job when he retired. He said, "Hey, we want you to come work for us, and here's what we're going to give you." And he got a hell of a package deal on that job offer.
Oh, I bet he did.
Yeah. I worked with him a while over here at the pig farm when we were putting it back together, and him and his dad come over here to do a lot of the big welding projects. They were quick and fast welding. His dad built me a ladder rack that probably weighed 300 pounds. I said, I want a heavy one that won't bust on me. So he built one, and he said, come and get it. It took 3 people to put it on the back of the truck at an angle and slide it on.
Oof. Man,
And
that's a
never
heavy ladder.
it was made out of 2-inch square stock, 1/4-inch thick, and that sucker never bent. I actually sold it. The guy's still running around here with it on his truck. Actually, on his 3rd truck. But it was a great thing that he'd done. I mean, it was so well built. People actually asked me, where did I order it from? I said, I got it from a local guy. Oh no, that's all machine welded. No, it ain't. I watched the guy weld it.
No, there are some folks out there that have like absolute like mechanical precision when it comes to welding.
Oh, yeah.
They're just like, it's just in their nature, and they just weld like a robot.
Well, this guy welded about let's see, he died. He was like 70, and he got out of the Army back during the early 60s, and he started welding. He started out as an apprentice and moved to master real quick, and then worked for several different mining companies around here and oil companies and stuff, welding everything from gas pipes to oil pipe, rigs, all this shit. He was a master at his job. I mean, he was great at it. And like I said, he built that damn thing in like 2 days. He had it ready for me to put on the truck. And this wasn't no little slap happy job either. I mean,
That doesn't sound like no rinky dink ladder.
No, it was not a ladder rack that you would buy anywhere. This was professionally built with all the specs I wanted. I don't want it to bend, Ben. His name was Ben. I don't want it to bend, Ben. He said, I got you covered. He's like, I got a whole bunch of stuff here I got pre-cut for it.
The thing was probably sturdy enough to drive a car on.
Oh, yeah. I loaded on the 28 lodge poles on top of that thing to take out to a guy. And then I went back into town, and he lived like 40 miles away. I hauled it out there, dropped them off. He said, I need some fence posts. I said, okay, order them up. I'll go pick them up for you. I loaded on 3 trips of 25 6-inch fence posts on that sucker, and never done anything to it. And it even had a hinge plate on the back so I could open it up to slide something big and then close the gate, the crossbar. I could close the crossbar and put the 1-inch pin in it, and it was there. It wasn't going nowhere. It would literally rip the truck bed off if it came off.
Jesus.
It would literally pull the whole goddamn bed off. It was just a monster. But it was a great truck bed because I use it for bending steel and everything else.
Oh yeah, if it ain't gonna bend itself, you might as well use it to bend something else.
Yeah, exactly. I could bend it from the side plates because you put 1/4-inch, 4-inch angle iron on the side to slide it on with and mount it. And I had a 2-inch space there. I could put rebar in there and bend it and keep working it around, and I could bend it to whatever shape I wanted to bend it to, and it didn't bother the damn thing a bit.
Oh yeah, now when you got it that reinforced, man, that thing's not going. You could hit it with a sledgehammer. You'd probably bend your sledgehammer.
No, you probably break the handle. I give the guy $150 for it. That's all he wanted because I knew him. But he said, "Yeah, give me $150 for it." That's what I got in materials. I said, "Okay." I think I sold it for $300. The guy said, "How much you want for it?" I said, "Make me an offer." He said, $300. I said, "Okay, I'll take it."
That doubled your money.
But yeah, I doubled my money on it. But I figured, I let that guy throw me a price out. He probably would have went $5 if I said no. Because, like I say, it was a monster, and he's driving it around on other Ford trucks right now. I had it on a Ford F-150. It literally overrated the bed, but he's had it on several other F-250s, and it still fits in there.
Yeah, that's because most of those Fords, regardless of the size, the truck bed was like the same dimensions.
Yeah. This guy, I seen him one time. He was hauling a round bale on top of it. That's a big ass
Yeah, those things
Hey,
weigh something like 1,200 pounds.
well, about 800 maybe.
Well, it
But
depends on the size of the round bale, though.
still it didn't bend it. That's what the funny part was. It didn't even bend it. The 1-inch pin at the back with the gate bar for your rear crossbar. When you lock that sucker in position, it held that thing together, and it was exact. If the bed was a little bit too wide and you bolted it all the way to the sides and everything, if it was a 1/4 inch, you wouldn't get that 1-inch pin in there. But that hole was 1 inch for that 1-inch pin. Any deviation, you weren't going to pound that thing in because that damn ladder rack wasn't going to give.
Yeah, it wasn't going to bend either way.
No.
Might have been able to cinch it with some ratchet straps, but you probably going to need some
No.
damn strong ratchet straps.
You'd have to have a come along.
Yeah, exactly.
So I had a 10,000-pound ratchet strap, and I used that to secure my ladders on because I carried extension ladders on it. It extended over my king cab a little bit there, so I wouldn't have it bouncing off my windshield. But I used a 10,000-pound military ratchet strap, and I could never get it to do anything other than hold the ladders down. And I had rock guard on the back of it in case I was throwing something in the back of the truck, I wouldn't bust the windshield out.
Oof.
Yeah, that was made out of 1/4 inch, 2-inch plate, louvered. Kind of wish I still had it.
That would be an interesting sight to see. To be honest, I would have loved to have seen pictures of that thing. Because they don't make those truck racks like the way like that anymore.
Oh,
the ones they got now are
no.
garbage. They're either shit aluminum or like tubing, and it's like 1/8 inch tubing.
Yeah.
It's not even the good stuff.
But they want you to buy another one when you bend the shit out of it. Come back and buy another one. I never had to replace that one. That guy has never replaced it yet, and he's still running it. It is exactly 20 years old because I had it built in November of 2000. The 21 years old. 21 years old. Well, it's bulletproof.
Yeah, from the sounds, it sounds like it.
Yeah, it was bulletproof. You could probably build a daggone platform on the top of it and mount a damn machine gun on it.
Machine gun, rocket launcher.
Yeah, rocket launcher, anything big. You probably could have fired anything under a daggone 105 on it. It was a monster.
Oh, can you imagine?
I didn't take it off until I got ready to sell the truck. It stayed on my truck the entire time until I got ready to sell the truck. Then I slid it off the truck with me and a couple other guys. We slid it off, laid it on the floor, and I put a for sale sign on it. And, that's the only time it left my truck.
Oh, yeah, because any other time it would have left your truck, it would have probably ripped half the truck bed off or would have killed somebody.
That or I would have probably broke the daggone tail lights or the damn tailgate off.
Oh, yeah, it would have ripped the whole back end out.
Oh, that foot long drop right there at the very end of the bed, it would have just been like a guillotine. Probably would have took the bumper with it too. Yeah.
It would have chopped that bumper clean off.
Those bumpers aren't on that grade anyway. You only held on with 4 daggone bolts.
Yeah, but it's all steel under there. Like those older trucks, all their bumper mounts, everything was steel, even the bumper. Like you'd have to put a lot of shear strength to snap those bolts clean off.
Yeah, this thing weighed a few 100 pounds though. I mean, it was a heavy ass rack.
Oh yeah, it would have bent. I don't know if it may or may not have guillotined that bumper off, but yeah, it probably would have bent the frame a little bit or smashed the bumper.
Yeah, well, I know it would have took the tailgate off anyway. That would have been enough damage right there.
Oh yeah, it would probably snapped the cables too.
Probably would have. Oh, it would have definitely took the cables out. I mean, they're just pressed on. You know, they're just on there with connectors pressed on.
Yep.
But the daggone tail lights would have took the damage too, because they stuck out just enough to where they would have got probably caught.
Would have
Just tear the whole back of the truck up. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, folks, I hate to do this, but we're going to go for about another 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes. Then after that, I'm going to end her. I can't physically end her, so everyone's just going to have to wander off. But yeah, unfortunately, our host has run out of phone data, so he cannot even get in to shut down the live stream. So once we're out of studio, it should automatically shut down roughly within a half an hour, give or take. But unfortunately, yeah, the sad part is I got to get some sleep tonight because I have to go to work an hour early, and that means I have to get up an hour and a half earlier just to get ready.
Yeah.
And tomorrow is going to be a shit show for me, folks. I will be at work for about 15 hours. And then I got to do it again Saturday and Sunday.
Well,
yay for being the only one in my job that does not get sick because I'm immortal. Everyone else
some of us have to be immortal.
Yeah, that's the only way to survive, man, is you got to be immortal in this world. And I'm one of the immortal ones. But then again, it helps when you eat a lot of garbage food and the bacteria has nothing to survive on. I also surprisingly live on a very high cheese diet. I eat a lot of cheese daily, and I think that's one of the reasons why is because of all of the oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? The enzymes and whatnot that's actually in cheese when they process it.
And yeah, I was in the Army for 22 years. I never ate cheese.
I eat cheese all the time. I mean, I'm literally eating cheese puffs, and then I buy bricks of cheese, and I'll eat a whole brick of cheese in one sitting.
That was a play on words.
I apologize. I did not get it.
I didn't brown nose. Didn't eat cheese. That's what we call it.
Didn't eat cheese.
Brown nose
Gotcha.
was eating cheese.
Okay. I will remember that for future references.
You know, you look at those people come up to you all the time, say, quit eating cheese. You know, they'll wonder, what? Why? You know?
Cheese is good, bro.
Be your own private joke to them, and they won't know what you're talking about unless they've been in the Army or the Navy or something. You know, the veterans would know what eating cheese is.
I will definitely try to remember that for the next time. I've never heard. Yeah. I'm not a military person, so yeah, I had no idea.
I know. That's why I threw that in there. That's why I said that. You know?
Definitely caught me off guard. That's for sure. No, we got less than 2 minutes here, folks. We're gonna start winding it down. Ron, thanks for joining me up here on panel, despite the fact that our awesome host is unable to be up here.
Yeah.
Grace, thank you for joining as always. Evan, Travis, good to see you, my man. It's been a while. Hopefully you'll pop around more often. Let's see who else we got left in here. I believe Cecilia left. I'm not even on my YouTube side. I don't even know who else in here. Oh, there's just 5 of us in here. So yeah, about time to wind it down.
Yeah. Well, everybody's left over. Have a good night. Stay prepared.
You guys have a good one. Raccoon, Ron, take care. Again, thanks for joining me up here.
No problem.
We'll see you guys next time. Good night, all.
Good night.
And I have no way of ending the live stream. The only way to end this is to physically, both of us have to leave the studio.
Yeah. I'm out of here.
And I will take myself out. And thank you all for joining us. This is going to be Fox It Outdoors on the Kincaid Outdoors live stream. Signing off. Bye.